Hi friends. So this is the fifth lecture on envy. We have so far seen who envies who. First we saw people who have no virtue. They envy people who have virtue. Secondly, some people want to attain equality with highly talented persons. When they fail, they envy those talented persons. Third, we saw for the preparation, that is what do you mean by that? Inquisitive persons. That they collect news and then they spread. And fourth, we saw people of noble birth. When they see new people coming up to their level, they are sad. And deformed men, eunuchs, lame people, bastards, such people, because they are born with defects. And they envy those, and older men also, those who don't have any defect. And then we saw people who suffer from calamities. They misery, they want to be equal in misery. So they look up to persons who don't have any such sufferings in this world. Now we continue. They that desire to excel in too many matters out of levity and vainglory. Vainglory means, say, for the sake of, that is, for the sake of saying to people that I have done this, I have boasting. Yes. Boasting, that is the thing. So levity and vainglory. Levity means they take it as something very light. See? And vainglory means boasting, are ever envious. Some people, they want to excel in everything. They want to become a musician, they want to become an architect, they want to become an artist, they want to become a poet, they want to become a novelist, they want to become scientist. But what happens? This is not for, see, it's not serious. They take it light. That is levity. Not serious. But for the sake of fun, a kind of hobby. And that is a vainglory. When they in a company, they will say, see, I am now learning dancing. And last year I was doing painting. And year before last year I was trying to become a scientist and things like that. Vainglory, boasting. They are envious of people who are actually hardworking and they become great artists, great poets and so on. For they cannot want work. They cannot want means lack. Work here means envy. Work their envy. They cannot lack in working their envy. It being impossible, but many in some of these things should surpass them. That is, when you find that a person surpassed means becomes successful, victorious. For example, you want to become a poet, an artist, and an architect, and a painter, and a sculptor, and a scientist, and what else? Then what happens is some people, they become very successful in this. But this man who is going around doing everything, like as we have seen, rolling stone gathers no moss. Famous proverb. So such people, they just they touch on them, so to say. They are like grasshoppers. From one to another they jump. But there are others who very hardworking and sincerely and honestly working, finally they become successful. And when they see successful people, these people who are doing things for levity and vainglory, they are envious of them. Which was the character of Adrian, the emperor, the Roman emperor, that mortally envied poets. Mortally envied. That means his envy was such that he wanted all the poets to die. That's mortally. Mortally envied poets, then, and painters and artificers in works wherein he had a mind to excel. So he wanted to become a poet, he wanted to become a painter, he wanted to become an artist. Adrian. That is for vainglory. So when he sees great poets, or when he sees great artificers, when he sees great painters, what happens? He cannot attain that. He cannot reach that level. So he feels mortally envy. That is, mortally. That means he wants that those people should die. That is, so envy. What is the, what a huge harm envy can do. That's what it is. At least he is desiring for the death of those people. Mortal. Lastly, near kinsfolk means your relatives, your cousins, your own brothers, your cousins, your in-laws, and so on. Lastly, near kinsfolk and followers in office. So that is your co-workers, colleagues. If you are in a department, if you are an excellent teacher, all the other teachers will definitely be envious of you. Understand? If you are a poet, in a club of poets, if you are number one, all the others will envy you. That is. Lastly, near kinsfolk and followers in office. And those that have been bred together are more apt to envy their equals. Bred together means brought up together. Cousins, for example, they are brought up together. Nephews, niece, and so on. They are brought up together. Same family, same members. So when they see one or two of the cousins exceptionally brilliant, natural that they will envy them. They are equals when they are raised. Raised means when they become great. So we have seen three classes of people today. Those who want to excel in many things just for the sake of vainglory, they envy people who do hard work and attain greatness in their field. And then, like for example that of Adrian, the Roman emperor. And next we saw kinsfolk, relatives, your colleagues, and people who are bred together, means brought up together. Younger days you are playing and all this. Then one of them became king. The others are still commons. Naturally, the commons will envy the king, whether it is your brother or no. Cain's envy was the more vile and malignant. You know the story of Adam's two sons, Cain and Abel. So Abel was murdered by Cain. See how mortal it is. So the Cain's envy was a mere vile and malignant towards his brother Abel. Because when his sacrifice was better accepted, there was nobody to look on the sacrifice of Cain. Abel's sacrifice was accepted by God. There's nobody to look on the sacrifice made by Cain. So Cain, so envious of his brother, his own brother. You must have seen pictures, took a dagger and stabbed him there. What is his mistake? No mistake. Innocent man. A nice person. An honest person. Sincere. What happened? You know the story. Cain took second-hand things and made the offering. But Abel took the best of the products that he had and offered to God. So God was pleased with Abel. That the other man no. So what happened is, so envious of his brother, that he took a dagger and stabbed him. Thus much for those that are up to envy. So who are the people who envies whom? We have seen now. Now, today's summary of today's we can see those people who want to excel in many things just for the sake of boasting. They envy those people who attain crowns in their field. Because they are unable. The example is Adrian the Emperor. Mortally envied poets, then envied the painters and artificers. Understand? Then at third, fourth, fifth you can see now. Today's you can see. In today's group you will find kinsmen, relatives, brothers and sisters, colleagues in your office, lawyers, doctors, teachers, professors, principals. Nobody is exempt from this emotion. But you can have this, you can be envious in a positive way. That is, you try to attain or become like him, not try to kill him. Your envy should not be mortal. You should not envy anybody mortally. Like Cain envied his own brother Abel. So king's flock, your men working together in the office, your colleagues, men who are brought up together, bred together, cousins, when one of them becomes great, all the others, envious eyes. Understand? There is a saying, I think I have told you already, there is no medicine for baldness and envy. Envy. So now, come to the end of this point, that is, who envies whom? I think it is clear now. People who have no virtue, people who want to become equality with those talented persons, people who are inquisitive for the pleasure, people who are of noble birth, when they see new men rising up, deformed persons, eunuchs, bastards, old men, then there are people who suffer from calamities, people who want to excel in everything, just for the sake of vainglory, boasting, like Emperor Adrian. Your own relatives, kinsfolk, then colleagues, cousins, people who are bred together. And the example for that is, the supreme example for this, so that is Cain killing his own brother, younger brother, Abel. Should have been the protector. So God asked him a question, Cain, where is Abel? And the cosmic question and the cosmic answer. And he answers back with a question that is still, you can see, echoing in this world. Am I the keeper of my brother? Yes, you are the keeper of your brother. Why? But remember this? COVID is a worldwide threat. Virus versus humans fight. Around the globe, across the world, war rooms fight COVID threat, so we remain battle ready. Be academic, be alert. Bye. Have a nice day.